Let's speak to Mohamed Salem Omeish. He's a political advisor to the UN-recognised Libyan government and the former Libyan ambassador to Kuwait. Very good to have you with us. So Haftar has released the Turkish nationals who were detained, but do you think it's likely that he will continue to target Turkish assets because Ankara are supporting his rivals?
Good evening, first of all, and thank you for having me. I believe Haftar is doing a desperate move due to the heavy loss that he and his forces have incurred a few days ago. He wanted to divert the attention of the heavy loss in position as well as in human casualty. So he made this issue of the Turks being behind the legitimate government and behind actually the attack itself. So he's trying to play the diversion game.
The government in Tripoli, of course, is internationally recognised and backed by the United Nations, and yet Khalifa Haftar is receiving support from some regional governments, including the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia. How is that external support fueling the conflict?
It's actually hampering the peace process. 3 years ago, when the Libyans signed the Skhirat agreement in Morocco, we were hoping at the time that this will bring peace and stability to the country. However, Haftar and the people who are backing him, they were not satisfied with this agreement, and they started from day one trying to hamper and not to honor this agreement. And until this day, even though they as governments claim the supporting of the national government of national accord, but from behind the scenes they continue to support and arm the forces that are loyal to the renegade General Haftar.
Do you think Haftar has a chance of taking control of Tripoli? He's been trying to do this since April.
Yes, he tried to convince his allies that it's going to be a matter of about 72 hours and he will be taking over the capital. And now we are going to the third month and he have not achieved any real progress. Actually, it is the opposite. He have lost many of his troops, and at the same time he have lost some of his stronghold positions, which is the city of Gharyan, which he have lost about 3 days ago.
But what kind of toll is this taking on people living in Libya? Because the conflict has just been going on for so long now.
Yes, actually, this is, it's unfortunate because at the end of the day, the people who are dying on both sides are Libyans. It was planned by the United Nations in April, in middle of April, we were supposed to have another amendment to the agreements of Skhirat, where everybody is going to be represented there. And a week prior to that, Haftar launched his attack. Been patient and attended, or at least his supporters have attended the conference that was supposed to be taking place in Gdamis. He would have been today probably in the capital, sitting there and recognized probably as one of the important players in the Libyan politics. But he have chosen a different way. He have chosen to attack the capital, thinking that he will be able to take it in 3 days, and then he would then be the military ruler there, copying the example of the Egyptian model. But he have failed until now, and I don't think he would be able to make any real progress in the eastern Libyan part, where he have taken over some of the cities there. He spent about 3 or 4 years fighting in Benghazi. Benghazi is the second largest city in Libya. However, the population there is about 900,000, and the people who were fighting him were about less than 1,000 people. He have spent about 3 or 4 years fighting them. The Tripoli is about the population in Tripoli about 3 million people. The support that Tripoli is getting is also from the surrounding towns and cities like Misrata and Zawiya and others. All are standing in the face of the offense of Haftar. So I think personally he will not be able to achieve his goal of taking over the capital.
Good to speak with you. Thank you very much indeed for your analysis there. Mohamed Salem Omeish, the advisor to the UN-backed government in Libya.